Hello YouTubers. So today I'm going to show you how to fix the LG K20 Plus phone. I have a friend that has this phone and unfortunately he cracked it. So I decided to jump on the internet this morning and see if they had any replacement screens for this phone, and come to find out they actually do have replacement screens for the phone. The screen is $37.99 and that's coming from China. And if you want to get it from the US, the screen is $54.99 or something like that. So after I found the screen, I decided to jump on YouTube and see if there was any repair videos showing you how to repair this phone. So unfortunately, there isn't any repair videos that show you how to repair this phone, which is kind of crazy because it's actually really simple to fix this phone. So I have this phone. It's a spare phone that I usually tether to one of my other phones. So I decided to take some time to figure out how to take this phone apart and make a video. So it actually took me some time to figure out how to get this phone apart, because most of these Android phones, usually you just take all the screws out and then you just go on the side right here and pop this up and this plate comes off, and then you just remove the motherboard. But with this phone, it's actually different how the phone comes apart. So it doesn't take a whole lot of tools to repair this phone. Really, the only thing that you need is a screwdriver. And if you have something like this actually helps with removing the ribbon cables as well as opening the phone itself, and also a blow dryer. If you don't have one of these, no need to worry because it's pretty simple to open this phone. So what you want to do is you want to turn the phone over to the front, and if you have one of these, just go ahead and stick it in the side right here. If you don't have one, you can just go ahead and use your fingernails. So you're just going to stick your fingernail right here in the side and it's going to pop open just like that. So you're just going to run your fingernail around the whole entire phone and pop the glass right out. And once you get the glass out, I actually popped this out a lot faster earlier. Okay, there it goes. All right, so once you get the glass out, here's your back plate. You can see that this is a lot different than the usual setup that they have. The glass actually goes into the housing. So go ahead and set that to the side. And once you get to this step, it's pretty simple. You have your ribbon cable here for the screen. Then you have a cable here for your rear camera, and then you have a cable here for your front camera. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and disconnect the cable for the screen. And while you're doing that, make sure that you hold down the motherboard, because when you're disconnecting this, the motherboard will try to bend upward on you. Then the next thing that you want to do is disconnect the rear camera. And this camera doesn't have any adhesive on it, so it comes out really easy. Then the next thing you want to do is go ahead and disconnect your front-facing camera. You don't have to remove the front-facing camera. It's not necessary at all. So once you've done that, there's going to be 3 points on this phone that you want to pay attention to because they hold the motherboard in. One of those points is right here. There's like a little clip right there. And then the second one is right here. And then the third one is going to be right here. The third one is going to be the one that you're going to want to pay attention to the most. So once you do that, you can go ahead and stick your pry tool in here. You really don't have to. You can just kind of pull down on the motherboard and it should pop right out. It's going to look like that. Then the next step is to go ahead and pop the motherboard out from this end right here. This one is a little bit harder to get out with your fingernail, of course, but if you have your tool, it pops out a lot easier. Hold on a second. And once you have this clip out and that clip out, if you try to pull up on the motherboard, you're going to feel some resistance. There's no adhesive underneath here. What that resistance is this last clip right here. So this last clip is actually a lot easier to remove if you have a pry tool. You don't necessarily need it, and you can get it out without having a pry tool. You just want to turn the motherboard a little bit to the right, and you can go ahead and just pop it right out. So there's your motherboard, and then all you're left with is your screen display right here. So obviously not going to go further into showing you how to do this, because once you get this far, it's pretty self-explanatory how to do this if you're familiar with repairing phones. But if you're not familiar with repairing phones, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and heat up the display with a blow dryer. If you don't have a blow dryer, you can take the entire screen display and you can set it out in the sun for maybe like 20 minutes. Typically, if I were to use that method, I would set the screen outside face down if I plan to salvage the screen, because if you set it face up, you're obviously going to damage the display. So it's better to set it face down, and by setting it outside in the sun, it allows the screen to heat up evenly. So once you've heated the screen up, basically you're going to start separating the glass from the plastic frame by sticking a tool in here, and you're going to want to work your way around the whole entire screen until you have these separated, and then you would go ahead and remove this grounding tape from here and lift this out and then separate the two screens, and that's it. So fairly simple repair. So that's pretty much all there is to repairing this phone. So that's it. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. I don't do very many repair videos, so if you want to subscribe, feel free to subscribe. That's pretty much it. So thanks for watching. Goodbye.